Good evening, everybody. A warm welcome to Scott's live quiz and your Saturday night quiz. Thank you for your company. As always, you drill, guys. I can see some of you have started doing it already. Get posting in your comments. Who's playing tonight? Where are you playing from? How you're playing? How many of you are playing? And how are you interconnecting as well, guys? We love to know your stories. Edwina, you've made it to the live chat. Welcome on board. Nice to see you. Yeah, what we ask, guys, we don't have the time to follow two streams, both through Facebook and YouTube. So for the live stuff, we ask you to come through YouTube. Doing so means everybody can engage positively within the comments and engage with their friends and family. So do that through YouTube. It is backfed through Facebook, but we're not able to respond to the comments on there. In terms of the comments, what you need to do, guys, you need to have a Google account. You need to have a Google account. When you do that, you can then come into YouTube, subscribe to the channel, set reminders for the different events that are taking place, and you should be able to respond somewhere on your screen. I have a different screen to what you guys have. It will say something. That is where you engage with the live chat. It will say something. There is a filter button there, and that filter button will either say live chat or top comments. You need to have it on. All comments. Live chat, not top comments. Top comments filters it out. It filters it out a bit, guys. So what we ask for is comment away. As ever, guys, you know the score. This is where we banter, but we never post an answer. That's one of the simple rules we have here at Scott's Live Quiz. As ever, you know the score. I can see people doing it already. You play your double bubble token. Come on, grab it. You got it? That's your token. Thank you. That's your double points token. You need to be sticking out on R1, R3, or R5. R1, R3, or R5. Let us know where you are playing that and let us know your team name. We know a lot of people have a takeaway either before or after the quiz. So tell us what your takeaway team name would be. Tell us what your takeaway team name is. And next to it, put R1, R3, or R5. Round 1, round 3, or round 5 as to when you are playing your double bubble token this evening. I am proud to say, guys, that tonight we are playing as part of a special event. It is known as the Harrogate Community Lockdown Festival. If you've not heard of it, it's amazing. It's been going on 2 days already. This is coming towards the end of day 2 of this 3-day bank holiday festival. There's loads of people doing online entertainment. We have been pulled into one central place under the banner of Harrogate Community Lockdown Fest. Check out the program for tomorrow via their website, HG for Harrogate, hglockdownfest.co.uk. Don't worry if you're not in Harrogate. We are connecting right across the UK. We go over to Germany quite a lot of the time as well. So have a look, hglockdownfest.co.uk. That will be going on throughout tomorrow. There's loads of different events, exercise, health and well-being, loads of stuff for the kids, art classes, all sorts of stuff. I can't recommend highly enough taking a look. Throughout the quiz, guys, Sally Social will be posting in the comments for you all the important links that you need to know. And I will be making a plea throughout tonight to see if we can get any donations. All the events of HG Lockdown Festival are free to take part. 3 days of free events. And what we're asking is if anybody can make a donation to Harrogate Hospital and Community Charity. So far, including gift aid, we have nearly raised £900 across this last 2 days. We raised £500 on day 1. We're hoping to raise £500 on day 2. There's this event taking place and there's a burlesque taking place. Sorry, guys, I'm doing the quiz, not the burlesque this evening. So, if we could get to £1,000 by the end of the 2 events tonight, that would be absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. That's what we're trying to do. I will let you know all you need to know in a short while. So Sally Social has just popped in. So we have Pam and I. This is Jesus Salter, Pam and I and the cats in Heckmondwike. Thank you for joining us. We have Team 9 and Light Cheese. 9 and Light Cheese. Oh, Zoe Mouse, love it. A piece of the action. Nick Rathbone, Social Quistensen in Yarm. Social Quistensen is it's made it to Yarm. It's made it down to Guildford. I know it's really popular in Dridlington. I can see Vicky Haig from Dridlington has just commented, but no, Matthew Mangum from Dridlington says it all the time, constantly messaging me. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Vicky, does it look like I've been in the sun today? I've just been out walking with Patch, so I'm a little bit hot and bothered. Jem and Craig, welcome. Nice, thanks for joining us. Papa Jono, that's Jono Johnson playing this evening. And Neil Stubbs, a regular with us. He's the Codfather. Sounds a bit fishy. Whoa, we're not doing the fishy jokes in the comments again tonight, guys, because you make me laugh too much when you do that sort of stuff. We will let you know how you can make donations later in the quiz, guys. And if you can spare a quid, couple of quid, anything that gets us towards our £1,000 target this evening, that would be absolutely great. If you have any feedback during the quiz, guys, for example, say I'm moving around too much, feel free to post that in the comments. Equally, if I'm going too fast, too slow, let me know. When you sat talking to a laptop for an hour, it's a little bit weird not having any feedback. So use the comments. Also, the comments are for you guys to banter amongst yourselves, engage with family, friends, people you don't even know. Just comment away all the time. Let's get posting. R1, R3, R5. Where are you playing your double bubble tokens tonight, guys? And then I can let you know what the different rounds are. So if you are playing on a smart TV tonight, I made it to the big telly, you have to comment through a separate device. So your laptop, your phone, or your tablet, you can watch it on the big telly, but you'll need a separate device in order to be able to comment. Remember, guys, the strict rules that we have, that you can post comments in the banter, but never post an answer. No answers, it ruins it for everybody else, and we have to delete them out. Which brings me to the team that's behind Scott's Live Quiz. Sally Social is there. She'll be posting from time to time in the comments, as she has done there, sharing details of the donation page for HD Lockdown Fest. So there's loads in the background to keep things moving, and she also keeps me on track too as well. We also have Patch the dog. His input is variable. Let's just leave it at that, variable. So he's a 13-year-old foster dog, a bit of an old boy. He's just had a walk and he's knackered, very much like myself, Vicky. Thank you for noticing. So where are we going with this then, guys? I will be asking every question twice. So I will repeat every question twice, and then at the end of each round, I will also quickly repeat all the questions just in case you missed any. So if you've all played your double point token like Jules has gone for R1. She has gone for R1. So R1, R3, R5, it's in the comments and it should be on your pads. We're old school here. We are a pad and pen quiz, a pad and pen. The only things you ever need for a Scott Live Quiz is a pad, a pen, a tipple of your choosing. I'm on Bulmer's tonight, Bulmer's cider tonight, and an amusing team name, which is linked tonight to takeaways. What we do, we always post the on the day before, we post what the comical team name will be about, give you a bit of thinking time to have a little bit of fun with it. So your rounds tonight. Jules Smith played it on round one. And round one, I can tell you your questions this evening are about Kev Chris Elses on R1 as well, I can see. Kev, Jules, round one, you are getting double points on the questions relating to VE Day. VE Day questions is round 1. Round 2 will be your normal words round. What will it be this week? Number 3, round 3 is food and drink. Round 4 is the ever popular dingbats. And round 5 is music. So your 5 rounds again, guys, are 1, round 1, VE Day. 2 will be your words round. Round 3 will be food and drink. Round 4 will be dingbats. And round 5 will be your music. I reckon it's about time we did some social distancing. Let's do this, guys. Round 1, VE Day. Unbelievable. You mentioned the word social distancing, and who pops up? Michelle Mangan, the wife of Matt Mangum. That man is obsessed with that hashtag. Number one, round 1, VE Day. Who was the Prime Minister of the UK on VE Day? Question number 1, who was the Prime Minister of the UK on VE Day? Gentle start, ease them in there. Question number 2. Although VE Day marked the end of the war in Europe, the UK still had rationing in force. In which year did food rationing finally end? Although VE Day, I'm struggling with that one. Although VE Day marked the end of the war in Europe, the UK still had rationing in force. In which year did food rationing finally end? Question number 3. What could be purchased in the UK for the VE celebrations without using ration coupons? What could be purchased in the UK for the VE celebrations without using ration coupons? Question number 4, round 1, VE Day. Which London church held 10 consecutive services on VE Day in 1945, attended by thousands of people? Which London church held 10 consecutive services on VE Day in 1945, attended by thousands of people? Question number 5. How many appearances did the royal family make on the balcony of Buckingham Palace on VE Day? How many appearances did the royal family make on the balcony of Buckingham Palace on VE Day? Question number 6. In which French city was the military surrender signed? Number 6. In which French city was the military surrender signed? Just to let you know, guys, a few people commented from Wednesday that they lost signal during the quiz. If that happens, what you need to do, exit out and come straight back in. Just make sure you come back in on the live link and don't pick an older quiz. Make sure it's the live one for the night. Go out, back in. It'll take no more than about 10 seconds. Use that if your signal is breaking up at all. I'll be repeating the questions twice and then again at the end of the round. So if you're in and out in a matter of seconds, you won't miss anything. Don't worry, guys. And you can always post in the live chat if you still missed it, and I will make sure we try and pick those up. The signal at this end always looks fairly robust. We've got fairly decent fiber broadband, so it should be okay. If it breaks up, exit out, straight back in, but make sure you come back in. Number 7, in 2020, the UK May Day bank holiday was moved from May the 1st to May the 8th. What was the only other time that this has happened? So the bank holiday was moved to yesterday. When was the only other time that this has happened? So just for a bit of clarification on that question, guys, in 2020, the UK May Day bank holiday was moved to Friday, to yesterday. What was the only other time that this happened? There are one of two answers I will accept here. I will either accept the year or the reason for it happening. Question number 8, your last one in round 1. What were published and broadcast once again after VE Day having been classified as top secret during the war? Should we try and do that but properly this time? What were published and broadcast once again after VE Day having been classified as top secret during the war? What will publish and broadcast again after VE Day? Why am I struggling with it? Wow, don't do a VE Day round if you can't say it. Wow. So what were published and broadcast once again after VE Day having been classified as top secret during the war? They are your 8 questions, guys. Stand by if you missed any. Here are your quick repeats. Question 1, who was the Prime Minister of the UK on VE Day? Question number 2, although VE Day marked the end of the war in Europe, the UK still had rationing in force. In which year did food rationing finally end? Question 3, what could be purchased in the UK for the VE celebrations without using ration coupons? Question number 4, which London church held 10 consecutive services on VE Day in 1945, attended by thousands of people? Question number 5, how many appearances did the royal family make on the balcony of Buckingham Palace on VE Day? Question number 6, in which French city was the military surrender signed? Question number 7, in 2020, the bank holiday was moved to yesterday from the 1st to the 8th. When was the only other time that this has happened? You can either give us a year or the reason. And question number 8, what were published and broadcast once again after VE Day having been classified as top secret during the war? You have 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds on your round 1. Right, we are moving into round 2. It's, as always, it's a word round. And guess what? We're going back there. We are going back to the riddles. They were very popular on Wednesday, so we are riddling once again. Right, let me get this sorted for you. I will also read it out, guys. But remember, you can do a screen grab, whatever you need to do. Lily is a lily pad in a small pond. Lily doubles her size each day. On the 20th day, she covers the whole pond. On what day was Lily half the size of the pond? Screen grab that, guys. Take a photo, whatever you need to do. Lily is a lily pad in a small pond. Lily doubles her size each day. On the 20th day, she covers the whole pond. On what day was Lily half the size of the pond? That's riddle number 1 of 3, guys. Riddle 1 of 3. Let's go number 2. Number 2. There we go. Let me get that so you can see that. There we go. They have not flesh, nor feathers, nor scales, nor bone, yet they have fingers and thumbs of their own. What are they? They have not flesh, nor feathers, nor scales, nor bone, yet they have fingers and thumbs of their own. What are they? Photo it if you need to, guys. Quickly write it down if it helps. Screenshot, whatever way, or just get it really, really quickly. Remember, guys, no posting answers in the comments. By all means, brag the minute you've got it, but no posting any of the answers, please, guys. Banter, but never post an answer. Social distancing. And your third and final one, guys. Your third and final one. I will hold each of these back up to the screen afterwards, guys. Flat as a leaf, round as a ring, has 2 eyes, can't see a thing. What is it? Flat as a leaf, round as a ring, has 2 eyes, can't see a thing. What is it? There we go. So, last chance on these, guys. I will hold each one up again for you. Each one up at the screen again if you are ready to roll. So your first one. Lily is a lily pad in a small pond. Lily doubles her size each day. On the 20th day, she covers the whole pond. On what day was Lily half the size of the pond? That's number 1 in your riddles. Again, guys, always welcome your feedback on the riddles. Let us know if you love them or hate them. This is what I like to call the Marmite rounds, the word rounds. Number 2, they have not flesh, nor feathers, nor scales, nor bone, yet they have fingers and thumbs of their own. What are they? That's number 2, guys, number 2. And your third one, guys. Your third one, here we go. Flat as a leaf, round as a ring, has 2 eyes, can't see a thing. What is it? Flat as a leaf, round as a ring, has 2 eyes, can't see a thing. What is it? And just for clarification purposes, it isn't me. I'm not flat as a leaf. Yes. Round as a ring. Yes. Has 2 eyes. Yes. Can't see a thing. Yes. What is it? It falls down on flat as a leaf. Okay. So flat as a leaf, round as a ring, has 2 eyes, can't see a thing. What is it? And it's not me. There we go, guys. I will do the usual couple of minutes. Grab yourself a drink, stretch your legs, fill in your answers to round 1 and 2. I am checking in with Sally Social and Patch. See you in a minute. Right, guys, your last 30 seconds or so. Last 30 seconds. So as ever, part of the public service we provide here at Scott's Live Quiz is to toast happy birthdays. It's a quite popular one. Comes around most Saturdays. Adrian, from Kev, myself, Sally Social, Patch. Happy birthday, mate. 49 and 5 weeks. The question is, will we still be here when we hit that 52nd week and we are saying happy 50th birthday? Wow. Let's see how this one goes. We'll just keep counting the weeks in the meantime. All the best, Adrian. Happy birthday. 49 and 6 weeks. Happy birthday to Vicky's sofa. That's sorry, her oven. It's Zoe's sofa. Vicky's oven is 4 years and 1 week. Cheers. Right, let's stop all this nonsense and get back to the quiz. Are you ready with your answers? 1 point for each answer, guys. We're taking you through round 1 and round 2. Don't forget, if you played your double bubble token, to double it up at the end of round 1. Number 1, the Prime Minister was obviously Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. Number 2, food rationing finally ended in 1954. 1954. Number 3, what could be purchased in the UK for the VE celebrations without using ration coupons? That was red, white and blue bunting. Red, white and blue bunting. Bunting will do. We'll give you that. So if you got anything bunting related, give yourselves a point. The London church that held 10 consecutive services was, of course, St. Paul's Cathedral. St. Paul's Cathedral. Number 5, how many appearances did the royal family make on the Buckingham Palace balcony? That was 8. 8. Number 6, in which French city was the military surrender signed? That was in Reims. In which French city was the military surrender signed? Reims. It was a fairly thick document. Number 7. When was the bank holiday? When was the only other time it was moved? It was 1995 for the 50th year anniversary. 1995, the 50-year anniversary. And what were published and broadcast again after being regarded as top secret during the war? That was weather forecast. Weather forecast. See your answers again, guys. 1, Winston Churchill. 1954 was 2. Number 3 was bunting, red, white and blue bunting. Number 4 was St. Paul's Cathedral. If you can hear like a slapping noise in the background, that isn't Sally drinking. It's Patch has just stuck his head right in the dog's bowl. Number 5 was 8. You all right, Patch? You enjoying that, mate? I'm trying to run a quiz here, buddy. So number 5 was 8. Number 6 was Reims. Number 7, 1995, or the 50-year anniversary of VE Day. And number 8 was weather forecast. They are your 8 VE questions. Are we ready for the anagrams? Your first one, guys. Lily is a lily pad. I can't do it. I'm just going to read them. Here we go. We've all seen them. Lily is a lily pad in a small pond. Lily doubles her size each day. On the 20th day, she covers the whole pond. On what day will Lily half the size of the pond? The 19th day. The 19th day. Number 2, they have no flesh, nor feathers, nor scales, nor bone, yet they have fingers and thumbs all of their own. What are they? They are gloves. They are gloves. And number 3, flat as a leaf, round as a ring, has 2 eyes, can't see a thing. What is it? It's a button. Button. So number 1 was 19th. Number 2 was gloves. And number 3 was a button. They are your riddles. You have got 11 points, or if you've gone double bubble, you have got 19 points. Let's get posting, guys. Let us know your scores out of 11 or out of 19 if you went round 1 as your double bubble token. Let's see what you got, guys. Let's see what you've got. And also, let's have some comments on the riddles. Good, bad, keep them, ditch them. Where do we go with those, guys? Love to know your feedback, people. Evening, Tim Franks, a regular. Lindsay, hello, hope you're well. Hiya, Liz. Liz M over in Germany always does well. Neil, Sheila, Nige, Heather, hello, Kev. Oh, we've got a real regular crowd here. Welcome, everybody. Jen Wilson, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, guys. We are going on to round 3. We are going on to round 3. Hi, Tim. So, guys, what I need you to do, who is round 3? Who's gone to round 3? Double bubble. Come on, who's played it? Let us know. Let's see who is looking forward to the food and drink round. Ben, what's happened to your game, mate? What's happened to your game? Chris doesn't like the riddles. Doesn't like the riddles at all. So Zoe Mouse, she has gone on food and drink. So let's go with your food and drink questions, guys. Sheila Strange, she is on double bubble as well. Jen Perkis, wonder if she knows anything about food and drink, Jen and Chris. Let's see, shall we? Question number 1, round 3, number 1. Which fruit would be called naranja in Spanish? Which fruit would be called naranja in Spanish? Question number 2. Question number 2. What is the Islamic equivalent of kosher food? What is the Islamic equivalent of kosher food? Question number 3. Which brand of lager is also a Scandinavian word for cheers? Which brand of lager is also a Scandinavian word for cheers? Don't forget, guys, we are playing as part of Harrogate Lockdown Fest this weekend. 3-day event, getting friends and family engaging and trying to raise some funds for Harrogate Hospital and community charity. Sally in the comments will post up the website link to the event so you can see all the brilliant stuff that's taking place tomorrow. She will also send you the Virgin Money link. If you can spare a couple of quid, feel free, no obligation at all, guys. Remember, if you do donate and you can, please gift aid it. It makes a massive difference to the overall donations. No obligation whatsoever, guys. But if you're having a good time, you've had a good time on the quizzes and you can feel you can spare a couple of quid, hugely appreciated, but no obligation whatsoever, guys. Question number 4. Which famous type of tea is flavored with the oil of bergamot? Which famous type of tea is flavored with the oil of bergamot? So Moira is looking forward to food and drink, but not the questions, just food and drink in general. Evening, Moira. Hope you and the family are keeping well and staying safe. Number 5. Which famous dessert was invented in 1893 and named after an Australian soprano? Which famous dessert was invented in 1893 and named after an Australian soprano? So we've got 79 people on board so far. Thank you all for taking part, as always. I've got some, I was quite startled by some statistics I received today from YouTube, and I'd love to share those with you shortly if you don't mind. So number 6, which foodstuff normally contains around 38% fructose, 31% glucose, 7% maltose, and 17% water? Which foodstuff normally contains around 38% fructose, 31% glucose, 7% maltose, and 17% water? It appears to be Len and Heather's specialist subject as well, food. Good work. Question number 7. Which cocktail has a name which means strained pineapple in Spanish? Which cocktail has a name which means strained pineapple in Spanish? Spanish? Yeah, Spanish maybe. Which cocktail has a name which means strained pineapple in Spanish? And question number 8. Number 8. Which fruit was originally used to make a marmalade? Which fruit was originally used to make marmalade? Are we ready for our quick recap, guys? Your quick recap. Stand by if you missed any. Number 1. Which fruit would be called naranja in Spanish? Question number 2. What is the Islamic equivalent of kosher food? Number 3. Which brand of lager is also a Scandinavian word for cheers? Question number 4. What famous type of tea is flavored with the oil of bergamot? Question number 5. Which famous dessert leave it. Which famous desert? I've done it. Which famous dessert was invented in 1893 and named after an Australian soprano? Which famous dessert was invented in 1893 and named after an Australian soprano? Number 8. Which foodstuff normally contains around 38% fructose, 31% glucose, 7% maltose, and 17% water? Number 7. Which cocktail has a name which means strained pineapple in Spanish? And number 8. Which fruit was originally used to make marmalade? They are your food and drinks, guys. They are your food and drink, your 8. Are we glad we went double bubble on that one? Let's go for it then, guys. Let's go for it. Your usual dingbats, guys. You know the score now. You know the score. Let me just set my screen zoom so I can get the picture up correctly for you guys. One moment. Are we ready? Dingbats, those that haven't played before, say what you see. It's catchphrase. I'm going to hold up a cryptic picture at the screen. You've literally just got to say what you see. Get your phones ready if you want to take a photo of it, screen grab it, whatever you need to do, guys. Or write it down on your pad and paper. Here we go. That is dingbat number 1. Dingbat number 1. As always, guys, I will hold all 3 of them up for a minute or so each, and then I'll do a quick recap of the 3 in case there's any you missed. Feel free to brag straight away if you get the answers. Sometimes you just see it in a split second. Don't post the answers, guys, but you can banter. Always banter, but never post an answer. That is the purpose of social distancing. That's number 1. Number 2. Number 2. So again, ignore the alignment on the page, guys. Ignore the alignment on the page, and if you can see sort of a shadowy background, that is just printer drag. So it's just a bleed of the letters. It's just the main letters that you're looking at, guys. Just the main letters. That's your second one. Again, grab it, photo, write down, bada bing, bada bong. And your third one, guys. I had to check. I was holding that one the right way because I'm seeing it backwards in my screen, and that at a moment I was holding it the wrong way. Fire FIFA, good evening, sir. And a big shout out to Hudson Corkish, your buddy. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying the quiz, guys. Thank you. That's Fire FIFA and Hudson Corkish. There we go. They are your three guys. Have we got them all? Quick recap and then the usual couple of minute break, guys. There's your first one. There is your first one. Number one. Number two. And number three. They are your three dingbats. As always, guys, we'll take a couple of minutes, get your answers in for 3 and 4, and then we'll take you through your last round. Thank you, guys. Right, guys, we're back. We're back. I got another shout out from Fire FIFA. This time, Madison Corkish. Evening. Did you manage to get the dingbats? I wonder, did you get the dingbats? You got your last minute or so on those, guys. Your last minute or so. Don't forget, guys, we are trying to raise some funds tonight for the NHS through Harrogate Hospital and Community Charity. And that is part of the HG Lockdown Fest, a brilliant event taking place over 3 days. Loads going on. Loads and loads going on. We are going to share the links, and if you can donate a couple of quid, happy days. But no obligation, guys. No obligation at all. So I said I was going to share some facts with you. If you don't mind, I'd like to tell you where we got over the last 6 weeks with your amazing support, guys. 6 weeks we have been running now. We now have 650 followers on Facebook. We now have over 300 followers on YouTube. I got an email from YouTube to tell me what's happened in the month that we have been on YouTube as a subscribed channel. Combined page views, could not believe it, incredibly humble. Thank you, guys. The page views from the events we've run so far equates to 10,250. which was amazing. And the amount of minutes that have been viewed are 102,571 minutes of this live quiz. You lot really, really need to get out more. So, no, honestly, guys, really, really appreciate your support. It means the world to myself, to Sally. Patch, not overly bothered, to be honest. If you have treats, interested. If not, not so much a stats man. Not so much a stats man at all. So we've got Just Amelia playing. Hello, Just Amelia. You have asked me to say hello to Grace. So good evening, Grace. That is from Just Amelia. And I wonder how Just Amelia did on our food and drink questions. Are we ready, guys? Ready for your answers? Number one, naranja in Spanish is orange. The Islamic equivalent of kosher food is halal. The Scandinavian word for cheers that is also a brand of lager is Skol. The famous tea flavored with the oil of bergamot is Earl Grey. Number five, the famous dessert, which was invented in 1893 and named after an Australian soprano, was peach Melba. Peach Melba. Number six, it was the foodstuff which contained 38% fructose, 31% glucose, 7% maltose, and 17% water. That is honey. Honey. Number seven, strained pineapple in Spanish, which is also a cocktail, is pina colada. Pina colada. And which fruit was originally used to make a marmalade? That was quince. Quince. I'm guessing people must have been social quinstancing. So you're 8 again, guys. You're 8 again. One was orange. 2, halal. Skol was number 3. Number 4 was Earl Grey. 5 was peach Melba. Number 6 was honey. Pina colada was 7. And number 8 was quince. Number 8 was quince. Let me take you through your dingbats, which I've got to say I thought were quite tough tonight, guys. Quite tough. So that one is number 1, 2 in the afternoon. 2 in the afternoon. Say what you see, guys. 2 in the afternoon. Number 2. Number 2. That is the after effects. The after effects. And your third one. I'm impressed if you get this one. You're allowed to brag if you get this one. No excuse for it. No excuse for it. No excuse for it. No excuse for it. Wow, tenuous. They are your dingbats, guys. We have played 22 questions. You may have gone double bubble, so you might have 30, you might have 22. Let's get posting. Let us know how you're doing, guys. Let us know how you're going so far. Let's see your comments, guys. Let's see your comments and see how we're doing so far. Let's see how we're going before we get into our 5th and final round, which tonight is pop music. Pop music. So again, you can let us know if you've gone double bubble on this one, guys. Who's gone round 5 on their double bubble token? Who's round 5, guys? Who is round 5? As ever, guys, we always value feedback as well. So let us know, good, bad, or indifferent, what's going well with the quiz and what isn't going so well. I see Nige Fawcett saying he didn't do so good tonight. Thought you did really, really well on the kids quiz yesterday, Nige. So don't knock yourself. I thought you did brilliantly for the kids quiz. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? We are on to your last round. Alistair Hilton has just responded. Alistair, we further to your messages yesterday, I can now tell you your name, address, and contact number have been emailed over to Roosters. They will pack your order. They will get it dispatched up and sent out with DHL. You can expect some free beer delivered to you in the next week, courtesy of Roosters. That is the next time I'll be back quizzing, guys. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 o'clock. Wednesday with Roosters, Saturday night, just a little bit of fun, or as we're doing tonight, to raise some money for Harrogate Hospital and community charity as part of HG Lockdown Festival. Remember, have a look at the website, guys. There's loads going on tomorrow still. You're not too late. This is day 2 of 3. Loads of other stuff going on. I know we've got 77 on board tonight. I know a load of other people probably watching burlesque, but you stuck with me. Sorry. Okay. Sheila Strain got number 3 in the dingbats. Good work. Good work. No problem at all, Alistair. Enjoy your beer, mate. Let's have a celebratory photo when it arrives. Ping it to us on the Facebook page, if you could, please, sir. So, round 5 is music. Round 5 is music. Question 1. Although originally recorded as a BBC promotion, which Lou Reed song was released as a charity single for children in need, reaching number 1 for 3 weeks? Although originally recorded as a BBC promotion, which Lou Reed song was released as a charity single for children in need, reaching number 1 for 3 weeks. So we have got brilliant team at Harrogate Community Lockdown Fest are playing alongside us tonight, guys. The 2 ladies there have done an incredible job. Catherine and Becca pulling everybody together, coordinating everything so effectively. So much work on the website and on the Facebook page. Check them out, guys. Check out the website. Get over to the Facebook page. Give it a like. Give it a share. Let's get more and more people on board for tomorrow. I know the weather's not quite so hot tomorrow, so people may be stuck inside. We might be getting a bit of rain around this area. So what I'd recommend is get online and look at some of the fab events taking place. Question number 2. Which song provided Iron Maiden with their only number 1 in January 1999? Which song provided Iron Maiden with their only number 1 in January 1991? Matthew McKinnon, flying, sir. And I said your surname correctly. Wow. Number 3. Who duetted with the late Eva Cassidy on the 2007 number 1, What a Wonderful World? Who duetted with the late Eva Cassidy on the 2007 number 1, What a Wonderful World? Maddie and Felix, good evening. Thank you for joining us for the quiz. I hope you've had a fab weekend. I'm sure you've been doing all sorts of great stuff, but thanks for joining us tonight. That's Maddie and Felix. Have a great day tomorrow, guys. Question number 4. Which number did Paul Hardcastle take to number 1 for 5 weeks in 1985? Which number did Paul Hardcastle take to number 1 for 5 weeks in 1985? Question number 5. Radio 1 Live Lounge All-Stars sing a cover of Times Like These. Which band originally released the song almost 20 years ago? So Radio 1 Live Lounge All-Stars sing a cover of Times Like These. Which band originally released a song almost 20 years earlier? Question number 6. Which song provided the Hollies with their last number 1 in 1988? Which song provided the Hollies with their last number 1 in 1988? Question number 7. Number 7. Who joined with Gareth Gates on his 2003 number 1, Spirit in the Sky? Who joined with Gareth Gates on his 2003 number 1, Spirit in the Sky? And our last question of the night. This one may divide the room. Let's get those disputes going. Which artist has had the most UK number ones? Which artist has had the most UK number ones? They are your 8 music and your final questions of the night, guys. I'm going to do the recap. Are we ready? Number 1, round 5, music. Although originally recorded as a BBC promotion, which Lou Reed song was released as a charity single for children in need, reaching number 1 for 3 weeks. Question number 2. Which song provided Iron Maiden with their only number 1 in January 1991? Question number 3. Who duetted with the late Eva Cassidy on the 2007 number 1, What a Wonderful World? Oh, so it looks like Moira and Sheila saying this is a tough round. Question number 4. Which number did Paul Hardcastle take to number 1 for 5 weeks in 1985? Question number 5. Radio 1 Live Lounge All-Stars song is a cover of Times Like These. Which band originally released a song almost 20 years earlier? Question number 6. When your own mother says, I hated that round. Wow. Brutal, mother. Brutal. Do a quiz of Clive next time, love. Yeah. Blooming heck. Number 6. Which song provided the Hollies with their last number 1 in 1988? Question number 7. Who joined with Gareth Gates on his 2003 number 1, Spirit in the Sky? And number 8, which artist has had the most UK number 1s? Oh, I think people aren't impressed with the music round tonight, guys. Let me know if you thought the music round was all right. Let me know if you think you've done okay before I give you the answers. So before I give you answers, guys, just a couple of things to update you on. As always, there's a proper quiz master coming along tomorrow night. Mum, you might want to do his quiz. Not quite so tough, love. That is Russ Sunday night quiz, 8:30 tomorrow night. We will share a link to that. Better still, Russ is also doing his quiz as part of Harrogate Community Lockdown Fest. So go on that website. You will see Russ on there at 8:30 tomorrow. Get on his quiz. Honestly, it's a fab quiz. He put so much work into it. Loads and loads of different rounds. Can highly recommend that with Russ. As I say, I'll be back here 8 o'clock with your usual Roosters quiz. Let me put you out of your misery with this last set of questions, shall we? So number one, the Lou Reed song was Perfect Day. Perfect Day. Number 2, the Iron Maiden number 1 in January 1991 was Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Number 3, who duetted with the late Eva Cassidy on the 2007 number 1, What a Wonderful World? That is Katie Melua. Katie Melua. Which number did Paul Hardcastle take to number 1 for 5 weeks in 1985? It was 19. 19. Radio 1's Live Lounge All Stars cover Times Like These. 20 years ago, that was originally a hit for the Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters. I know Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters has been instrumental in that. Takes some of the key vocals in it as well. But your answer, number 5, the Foo Fighters. Number 6, the Hollies' last number 1 in 1988. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. Number 7, Gareth Gates, 2003, number 1, Spirit in the Sky, was with TV's The Kumars. The Kumars. And number 8, which artist has had the most UK number 1s? Did we have a lot of different guesses here, guys? I can tell you the answer to the UK most number ones. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. Total scores up, guys. Total scores. You are playing for a maximum of 38. We've had 30 questions. You can double bubble on one of those rounds, so that's an extra 8 points. We're looking for a total score out of 38. Remember, guys, as always, 3 overall, Chris. Well done, mate. It really doesn't matter, guys, how many you've scored. What's been important is getting together with friends, family, new friends, and making sure that we get involved, we get chatting, and we prevent any sort of social isolation. Really, thank you for your company tonight, guys. If you can spare any donations, hugely appreciated. No obligation. I think the guys at Harrogate Community Lockdown Festival are doing a fab job to try and raise some much needed funds for the NHS at this time. Anything we can do to support Harrogate Hospital and community charity would be hugely appreciated. We'll share links on the Facebook page. Feedback's always welcome, guys. What you can do, you can start dropping off. I'll try and hang on till most of you have dropped off, because that disables the live feed as soon as I click off end stream. As always, huge thanks to Sal. We wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for Sal. Patch didn't do a lot, really, just made a bit of noise drinking water, and then fell asleep for much of the rest of it. So hey ho, well, he's not pulling his weight, frankly. He eats treats, sleeps, and drinks slappy water. So thank you as always, guys. Remember, I'm back on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, where you can win some free beer delivered to your door anywhere in the UK mainland. As always, stay happy, stay safe, look after one another. Check out Harrogate Lockdown Community Festival. And thank you ever so much for joining us. We hope you've had a fun hour. From Sally, myself, and from Patch, take care of yourself, guys. Good night.